Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Virtual Workspace. This is the sixth video in my playlist, Citrix Virtual App and Desktop Step-by-Step Installation and Configuration. In this video, I will walk you through the installation of Citrix StoreFront Server and we will configure that later. So let's start installation, and while installing, I will explain about the StoreFront server. So I have already attached ISO this machine to this server. So let me start the installation. So let's start the installation. Citrix StoreFront server. Let me select. So accept the license agreement. Click on next. So it will install ISO services along with the StoreFront server. So installation will start soon. And meanwhile, we'll try to understand what is the Citrix StoreFront server and what are the role and responsibility. So what is the Citrix StoreFront server? Let me try this. So Citrix StoreFront server function as a web-based enterprise app store that provides secure, scalable, and personalized delivery of application and desktop within a Citrix Gen app and Gen desktop environment. So in short, Citrix StoreFront server is a gateway to in Citrix infrastructure. So it a user access the StoreFront server URL, and once they enter their credential, they log in. So it's a gateway for Citrix infrastructure. And what are the let me close this. And what are the main function of StoreFront server? First is authentication. Authentication means authentication with user when user login into this when user access the Citrix URL, and user put his credential, and that package transfer to the to the StoreFront server, and the StoreFront server authenticate that user with the help of Active Directory. So authentication is one of the main function of StoreFront server, and the second one is resource enumeration. So once user authenticated, StoreFront another function of the StoreFront server is resource enumeration. For resource enumeration, it's once the user authenticated, that package StoreFront server forward that package to the delivery controller and get the assigned application list from the delivery controller. And once StoreFront server get that list, it will create a web page and send. It will create the list of application on web page and send to the client. So this is one of the function, and the another one is subscription and synchronization. So once user get the application, if user add some application icon in favorite, so that information store on the Citrix StoreFront server, and that synchronized within the two servers. And another function is Citrix Workspace deployment. So Citrix Workspace is a client-side application that needed to connect Citrix infrastructure, and that we can also configure that setting of StoreFront server. And if Citrix Workspace is not installed on client device, it will automatically install when user access the StoreFront URL. So that setting we need to configure on the store, and once it configure, it will, if first URL detect if there is any Workspace application installed. If it is not installed, that it will automatically install on that server. So these are the main function of StoreFront server. So it is let me see the important services. So these are the important services run on the StoreFront server. First one is Citrix configuration replication. So if we have created a store, and we have added in server group we added 2-3 servers. So that configuration need to sync to each and every server. To the same configuration, it should same configuration need to sync with other server. So that particular task manage this service. If this service is not running, configuration will not sync. So suppose if it change some setting on one server, it should propagate it to the other server. So that for that this service is responsible. And the other is Citrix Default Domain Service. This service is required. This service is for authentication. So as I explained earlier, StoreFront Server authenticate the user with the help of Active Directory. So that particular task, this service manages Citrix Default Domain Service. And the other important service is Citrix Credential Wallet. So suppose if you configure single sign-on, in that scenario, this service securely save user credential, and it will help it to single sign-on. Now, the other important service is Citrix StoreFront Service. It manages Citrix console and front end that Citrix front end console. And the other one is World Wide Web publish service. So this is service, and it's host Citrix site. So this one also important Citrix infrastructure. So these are the important services. The installation is still going on. Okay, let me cancel. This installation is still going on. It will take some time, and to save your time, I will just okay. I think it will take some time to So to save your time, I will just skip this, and once the installation completed, I will again record this session. So its installation is completed now. Let me click on finish, and then we will start the StoreFront Server. Yes, we need server reboot. So I just restarted the server, and once it's back, we will configure the StoreFront Server, and we will test the test URL. So it just started. Okay, server is rebooted now. Let me log into the server, and then we will test the StoreFront Server. Let's start the StoreFront Server. It will take some time to start the window. It is started. Okay. So StoreFront server is launched successfully. It's launched successfully. Let me create a deployment, as we are create. It's a first server in our domain. So I'm going to create a new deployment. So I'm just going with the HTTP, because if I configure the HTTPS, I need a certificate. I need to create certificate for that. So I'm just, but in production it is always HTTPS for a report, and I'm just going with the HTTP. So this will be the base URL. By default, it will take the server host name, and if you want to change, you can change it from here. But I'm just going with the default URL. It's creating the deployment. It's better to wait for some time. Okay, deployment is completed now. Let me go to the store. Okay, let's configure the URL also. So this, let me click on next. Store name. We need to give was store name. I just mentioned WV store case. We can configure that later also. So we need to add the domain controller here. So let me ping to the domain controller. Okay, let me verify the name. It is Citrix BCS server. So we just need to, this is the delivery controller for first name. We have to provide here, and the controller we have to type the name, but I'm just going with the default one. And here we need to select the port. I'm going with the, you can add multiple delivery controller here for load balancing, but as currently we have only one, so I'm going with this. But in later if I'm planning to add one more to for load balancing, to scale the load balancing, in that video I will add another, but now I'm going with the one. So here also I'm going with 80, because if you go with the 443 we need a certificate, so I'm just going with this 80 port number. So controller I have added, and just going with the default setting. So here we can configure the authentication method, how you want to configure. So if you are using Netscaler, in that scenario you need to select this. So but I'm just selecting this one, username and password. There are, okay, this will be the URL for the storefront, for the PNG agent. Actually it is it will, let me create, so it's store is creating now, and all this setting we can change later if as per our requirement. So deployment is completed now, and here is the our Citrix site is created for storefront. So let me test the site. I think we need to install. Okay, so this is our storefront site. It's created, and user can access, user can log in into the environment using this site. So let me click on login. So .com/admin. They will test the login, and okay, so we are logged successfully with the admin account, as there are as there is no app and apps and desktop publish, so that's why it's not showing any application here, but storefront is configured correctly, and we can able to log in with the admin account. So let me log off here. So this is the site, and just minimize it and let me finish it. So that this style actually it's needed if you want to this particular file, it's needed to configure your Citrix Workspace application. So if you just we need to install Citrix Workspace, and if you just open this file or insert this, it will add this store and URL to Citrix Workspace. So for that purpose we need this file. Let me click on finish. I just downloaded this file, and in next video we will test this. Okay, so store is completed. Site we have already tested, it's working, and this is the URL, which this is the our store URL, and this using this we can access our store using this URL. So I just copy the URL, and you can access this using this URL. You can log into the storefront, and once app publish, we can access that. So thanks for watching. In next video, we will install VDA agent, and we will configure that. And once after VDA agent, we will publish the application. We will create delivery group and motion catalog, and then after that we will publish the application. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.